Hi everybody. Today's the day that we choose to honor our veterans, and I would like to take a moment to honor a special veteran of my family, my dad. My dad was a career soldier, being in the Army and the Air Force for 27 years and serving in World War II, the Korean War, and also Vietnam. So he's a fellow that I respect and admire considerably, and so to Senior Master Sergeant Virgil L. Meade, I'd like to honor you today and pay you my respects. May you rest in peace. I noticed towards the end of the week last week, towards Thursday and Friday, I seemed to be feeling a different energy in my life. And it didn't dawn on me until I took some time to think about it, that what I was feeling was the release of the election. The election occurred on Tuesday, and I think that it's unfortunate that our election process has evolved into such a negative experience, which any of the candidates seeming to feel that any lies or distortions or untruths are perfectly acceptable if that's the path to victory. Quite frankly, if I were to win an election to my local city council or the mayor of my city or the governor of the state of Oregon, and I conducted my campaign in that manner, I would be absolutely embarrassed to accept the position. So I noticed that energy shift really impacted me, and the reason I'm shooting here today in our living room is I wanted to show you a print that Sharon and I purchased, I guess 20 years ago, and we bought it purely for the energy that contains within it. It has bright colors, it has pictures and representations of the Sistine Chapel, so there's lots of things happening in that, but we think it provides a tremendous energy for our living room. And so for that reason, I brought the cameras down here today to shoot my video in front of that. I'd also like to close with a couple things that I received, a little bit of encouragement for those of you that are thinking about getting started in probate or quite haven't taken the first step. The first one is from a fellow named Ed. I received an email testimonial from him on Friday. And he says, by the way, Ron, I just put my first property from Probate Research following your system under contract. I'm buying at $78,000. The executor had an independent appraisal done at $135,000. It needs a light rehab of about $15,000, and buying it with my self-directed IRA. Plan to sell it with a lease option over 2 years, which will give me a 50% return on investment to my RA. Beats the blank out of the stock market, doesn't it? That's going to be about a $42,000 profit for my friend Ed. Got one here from Cecil yesterday. Cecil wrote and said, hi Ron, my name's Cecil. I purchased your course a while back and I've done my first deal using your course. It took me a while to get started. And he's got a little smiley face there. That's not unusual, by the way. Many times people buy my material, look at it, get a little intimidated, they think they can't do it. Finally they take their first step and they find out it's just not that hard. I made $58,000 on the deal. $58,000. 42 for Ed, 58 for Cecil. If I can do the math, that's $100,000. Two first-time guys are making on their first foray into probate. I can imagine their Christmas is going to be a lot different for their family than what it would have been without this. The only thing I need is I'm sorry, I don't need to read that. Ed deleted the letter that I offered everybody in whichever course they buy. That you can use to send to the personal representative. I would make mention too, many people always ask me, Ron, what's the best course to buy? I really can't tell you. I have it in the book in a download version. I have it in a hard copy, which we mail to you. But I think the DVD series is proving to be the most effective way to teach. For those of you who may not be familiar with that, at buyprobateproperty.com, I think /special-DVD. There's a 7-minute trailer that I made that talks about the DVD series. And what that is a recording and a video of me actually doing a transaction. It takes about 4 hours to do the whole thing. The recording takes about 4 hours. And that's the most visual representation of how to do a transaction, not in an academic situation where I'm lecturing to a bunch of people, but actual transaction as it goes through. So, couple of testimonials there. I'd like to close with a little, I was talking to my friend Reverend Barbara Woost yesterday, or a couple days ago, I guess it was now, and we were talking about this energy shift that I was feeling, and she reminded me of a cartoon that she keeps in her office that I think is fabulous energy shifter. And it's a Peanuts cartoon, and Charlie Brown asks Linus, he says, "Do you ever think much about your future, Linus?" And Linus says, "Oh yes, all the time." And Charlie Brown says, "What do you think you'd like to be when you grow up?" And Linus says, "Outrageously happy." Outrageously happy. What a great energy that is. I hope you're outrageously happy for the rest of this week, for the rest of this year, and for the rest of your life. God bless you.